Join with me today is Valley Flying. We're going to talk about the Infinity Watch and whether or not it's going to be good for the bad for the game. Are you ready for Adam Warlock?
I am ready for him. Oh, that's a nice 6-star you got on your Adam Warlock. I'm not as ready as you.
Yeah, I got lucky. I pulled that out of an Elite 5. So let's just talk about where we are right now. Is like I see a lot of posts on Reddit, and I think we already know about this, but it says, if full Infinity Watch is allowed, next RTA cycle will not be participating. Just 4 of them with Kestrel is stupid OP to the point where the other teams is pointless. If add Adam Warlock in there and they're designed to be BO killers, I have no intention of playing 3,000 matches and attempt to quit 2,750 and dodge every pay-to-win Infinity Watch team. So what do you think?
3,000 matches sounds so fun.
Yeah, I know. Do you think this is good for the game? Do you think this is bad for the game? What do you like? What do you not like about this Infinity Watch team?
Well, we knew as far as what I like, we knew the meta was shifting at some point. We knew it wasn't going to be Black Order forever. So, and I think I like what they did with the Gamora charge mechanic. With Thanos, you need all 5 members. With this one, you don't need all 5 members. So I think that's a good thing. You can do some theory crafting. You could do maybe a 4-man, maybe a 3-person team, because it's all pretty much females except for Adam Warlock. But it looks like that's going to be the way to go. I like that you could do that. I like the flexibility it gives. That's one good thing. There's a lot of other bad things, though. The Heroes for Hire coming so soon after the Heroes for Hire, so soon after Kestrel, so soon after Silver Surfer. And so there's good and bads to it, but I like what they're doing, and I can't wait to see what Adam Warlock brings to this team besides that safeguard mechanic.
Yeah, and I do think this team is worth investing, or not, investing is the wrong word. Never use the word investing in this game.
I always use the word investing.
Because it's not investing. It's literally throwing money away. Allocating resources towards Infinity Watch, I believe, is good, even if you're not getting Adam Warlock. And I personally feel that legendary characters, there's no shame in getting them the second time around. And unfortunately, the pay-to-win nature of this game is that if you want to get the legendary first time around, they're making it painful. And by painful, I mean expensive. And they've kind of
even if you bought both strike passes,
yeah, I know they overdid it on this Adam Warlock here, in my opinion, by making Polaris, which is going to be she's going to be made farmable today with 6 days and maybe 5 days of the event. I mean, they made it like not easy to get Polaris.
It's still possible. If you're getting about 10 shards a day, some people are able to get that. But to get those 10 shards a day, you're gonna have to refresh and things like that. So it's not the most friendly method.
Yeah. So here's the thing: is that as far as the rest of the team goes, this has actually been somewhat of a player-friendly release, with the exception of Adam Warlock, and I think a good majority of diligent players will be getting Adam Warlock the second time. But Nebula, Gamora were been around since the beginning of the game. Moondragon was an event campaign or milestone campaign, and Phyla-Vell was an event campaign, which are the 2 best ways of releasing characters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, and it seems like the team is probably going to work as long as you have Gamora and Nebula in it, and probably you could plug and play, 2 or 1, maybe. It may even work Nebula, Adam Warlock, and Gamora. That might be a 3-man team, and then altogether it's going to be probably over the top good. I mean, but the problem I have, and we talked about a little bit on your channel, is just like, why did it need to be this broken? Why does Gamora need to be this powerful? Would have the team been just as effective if it was like 20% less stats?
Yeah, I think they were overcompensating for a few teams. Black Order has been so dominant for a while. Maybe they're like, all right, let's just not even make this a question. Let's just make these guys better than Black Order, hands down. Maybe so they went over the top with the stats. Heroes for Hire. That's another one that they had to overcome, that they needed the Infinity Watch to overcome. They're so broken. So maybe those 2 teams, and then the introduction to Silver Surfer and Kestrel kind of made it right. Instead of this normal stuff, let's make it 20% more than we would have done. And that may be what they're thinking. I don't know, but they're very over the top, because even this 4-man team takes out pretty much most teams in a game.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Now, the one thing I will say though is that we've been talking about this team for a minute, right? Like ever since Moondragon hit, relatively quickly, everybody's been, talking about this team and how crazy this team is, right?
Even before that, when we got the Adam Warlock announcement of his kit, like, oh, this is a strong kit. This is gonna be crazy.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that same announcement to Adam Morlock was also the ISO 8 requirements for Doom, so kind of overshadowed. But
Yeah.
we knew this was gonna be a very good team.
Well, here's the thing is I remember Black Order, like we thought Black Order was going to be good, but we weren't sure. Like this one, I feel like there was a lot more confidence going into that this is going to actually be, 1000% arena dominant for at least, I polled a lot of people. People feel like this is going to be the arena meta for at least 6 months.
At least 6 months, at least until the Eternals movie comes out, and then there's rumors that that's going to be the next meta. But 6 months meta change just doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah,
1 month meta change bothers me a little bit.
So let me ask you this: like, Black Order seems like it was on top for a long time. Do you think that was a function of COVID and that they wanted Black Order to be this dominant this long? Do you think this team will be dominant that long?
I think it's that charge mechanic of Thanos. They made it like that. Or like, oh, we can't split them up. We got to keep them together. So they were dominant for so long, and there's no real way of splitting up that team, introducing new metas. What they did with the Gamora charges, where you don't need that full team to get that empowered Gamora, I think that gives a little more wiggle room for this team, because as if before the Black Order, even when there was dominant teams, there was still some hybrid teams that you would see in there. You would see a Phoenix, you would see an Ultron, and then some other characters in there. I think that the way that the Gamora charge mechanic works, we might be seeing that three-piece that you're talking about. Gamora, Nebula, and Adam Warlock being the arena dominant teams. And then who knows what's going to happen with the Eternals. Maybe that's going to be another character or two. Maybe that's going to be a full team that they're looking to do. But I don't see this team being as needing all 5 members. So I think we're going to see some breakup of this team sooner than the Black Order.
I bet you on defense it'll be the 5 members, but I have a feeling that on offense might be some sort of hybrid. I mean, because Kestrel and Silver Surfer just seem so strong. I mean, we have to see how it plays out with Adam Warlock. How do you see this this mirror match, or how do you see the arena playing out with this team?
I haven't thought through all of the turns and everything yet, but I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to mirror match these guys. I mean, you've done some mirror matches without Adam Warlock, and yeah, man, the only question is that safeguard mechanic. So that's gonna be an interesting thing here. How long is it gonna take to remove the buffs? But it's going to be figured out, and you're going to be able to mirror match them, and they might be the dominant arena defense team, but arena defense doesn't change too much, because most teams can be beaten on defense. It's the offense that changes a little more. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I went back and looked at the original footage that was provided from the developers with Adam Warlock, and I noticed that how Nebula goes really early. In every match. Well, safeguard falls off, and there's these like narrow windows where characters don't have safeguard, and it's going to be interesting if you can get through them, or if it's just going to be brute force. I mean, it's going to be an interesting match, and I see that Gamora's passive is probably going to be the key to the whole matchup, which is kind of hard to find because you have to go into an Overpowered, but it has to do with the flipping of the defense down. It's almost like you're not sure if you want to have defense up. On turn, flip defense up on any enemy that has defense up. So she flips defense up to defense down. Now, safeguard will prevent that from happening, but safeguard will fall off on some characters some of the times. And the way I see this match playing out is Gamora is going to take a turn, and hopefully one member on the other side doesn't have safeguard, and they did have defense up, and she flips it into defense down, and then of course her basic attack deletes anybody.
Well, you know what I've been noticing with the mirror matches, the four per people team, is the Nebula. I want my Nebula to go second, because I want my characters to have the evade on them. I want to remove the evades from the other characters. So maybe that speed is the mirror matches. I think Nebula will make an important have an important role because of the evades, and maybe that'll have something to do with the defense ups and the safeguards, things like that. So
we'll have to see. I'll tell you this, that in Galaxy of Heroes, we had a high sustain team that had a revive mechanic, and it led to timeouts and almost all the matches taking 5 minutes in the arena, and that was known as the Jedi Knight Revan meta, and it was absolutely terrible. I don't necessarily see that happening just because of this particular passive on Gamora, and Gamora's basic attack can delete almost anything. It's just bonkers. I think there's going to be a smart way to play this team, and I don't think it's going to take the 5 minutes, but we'll have to see. All right, so we're waiting for Adam Warlock. We're a week away. Are you going to get Polaris? Are you going to be ready? And I really think it's going to be split into have and have not. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready for the 5. I'm not ready for the 6.
Sit up, Valley. Sit up.
All right, sit down. Sit down. We got to align our head.
I had to lean back. I guess we didn't.
I was like, whoa. I'm like, stuff. I gotta not slouch.
We didn't test the seed before we started recording.
It happens. It happens.
All right. Well, head over to Valley Flying's channel. We did a video over there talking about some similar things. Anything you want to say before we go?
Are they good or bad? Are they good or bad?
I think they're good if you're gonna get them, and they're bad if you're not. Oh my God,
that's how the Black Order was.
I think there's a hard line in the sand being drawn right here of the have and have nots. My goodness, and it's gonna be amazing if you have him, and it's gonna be trash if you don't. I don't know if that's good. I mean, I think I'm really worried about the free-to-play player experience, and what that's like. And for the long time, I felt like this game had a lot of value and was fun to play, free-to-play. But this is a straight-up, man, like, hopefully people are going to get him the second time around, and that time between the first time and the second time is not that painful.
That's the big thing. The Jubilee event took like 6 months before the first and second iteration. Normally, they're about 3 months. So
yeah,
hopefully they bring it back in a reasonable amount of time for the second unlock.
Head over to Valley's channel where we scream trash over there and smash things.
Can we scream trash here too?
Yeah, always.
All right, trash! Ah! Fix your game, Scopely.
Pay to win for sure.
Pay to win. That's how we do. That's how we fix it. We pay more. Wail harder.
Wail harder.